Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, April 26th, and welcome to another episode of Style by Stevie. Our next special guest is a Mississippi native. He is the owner of Trey's Place Theater outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm so honored to have him here on my platform. I had to get all up in white for this one. This is a primetime exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are all doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. Hi, Electing. Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the dollhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to add Trey Floyd, the man of the hour, the man you guys have been waiting for. Oh my goodness, I'm so honored for our very special guest today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I chose all white today because I was feeling a little angel-like. I kind of dropped hints in my stories. The inspiration for today's look was the Victoria's Secret angels. You know, they love the bombshell hair. You know, they love, it was white angel wings. Just something very classic, very ethereal, something very, very beautiful. So shout outs to Glam, Melanie Nella, my bridges, for making sure that we are right for this evening's interview. I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting on Madam Angelic. Thank you. Thank you. And the dress that I'm wearing is the bow and arrow dress from Fashion Nova. And you guys can check it out definitely in my closet on Miss Stevie's closet on Pinterest. So definitely. Thank you, Misha. We're waiting on Trey, and then we're going to get right into this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, the one, the only, Trey Floyd is here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into this interview. And make sure you guys go and find pretty dope. Hello, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the dollhouse. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, it's Trey Floyd himself who is here, the man of the hour. So before we get into this interview, how has 2022 been for you thus far? Because I know we've had some ups and some downs with this pandemic. It's been a balance, and I know for you as a producer, content creator, director, how has it been for you thus far?
2022 has actually been a great year for me so far. We actually I opened my own theater this year, so that has been a blessing. I was able to produce a show in February. We did 8 shows; they all sold out. So 2022 is actually going really well for me. I'm grateful.
Okay. And you founded your company in 2018. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know it's a whole process to get your production company and things kicking out here off the ground.
Yeah, so I started Trey Productions in 2018, and it really took off faster than I anticipated it would. It initially started off as just a hobby, me doing this YouTube show, and people started watching it. People started liking it, so the ball kind of went from there, and I turned the YouTube series into a stage play, and it sold out. People kept wanting to see it. We ended up doing 25 shows of that show. Since then, I've actually produced 50 stage plays, 55 stage plays, I believe. Ended up starting Trey Floyd TV, our own streaming network. So it has been really well. And then in 2022, in February, we opened our own theater. So it went by really fast.
All right. So let's get into it. The journey of Trey Floyd. Let's open the storybook and tell us. You grew up in Mississippi. What was it like for you growing up in Mississippi? Did you start in church plays as well too
I
as a
did.
beginning? Yeah, I've done my research, honey.
I see. Funny.
Oh,
Yes, I did. I did grow up a church boy. I still go to church. But yes, like that's kind of where it all began, doing church plays, singing in the choir, leading songs, things like that. Really got me in front of people. So yeah, that's my humble beginnings growing up in Mississippi.
okay, okay. And who are some directors, producers that you look up to, that you idolize, that make you want to say, okay, this is something that I want to do. I want to be behind it. I want to be. I don't want to be in front, but I want.
I am a big fan of Shonda Rhimes. I like Ava
To,
DuVernay. Those are probably my and Issa. Those are probably my top three favorite people behind the scenes right now. Yeah, yeah.
okay. And where's the inspiration? Where do you get the inspiration from for the titles? Because we can go down the list here, and I've interviewed some of your actors that have been in some of your work.
Mhm.
Andre Lamar, and I've had Dante Sellers just on not too long ago.
Both
So let's go
phenomenal
down
actors.
the list here. Yes, Love, Sex, and Marriage, Before Black Lives Matter, Dear John, and She Got, which I know sold out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So out
Um.
of the work that I go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, I was just saying, out of some of the work that I just named, which one has to hold a very special place to your heart?
Yeah. People ask me a question all the time, and all of them do. But for different reasons. So, Love, Sex, and Marriage will always be dear to my heart, just because it was my first. Before Black Lives Matter, just because the topic and when I wrote that, the space I was in, that one will always be dear to me. She Got It is such an important one. And it's the first one that I actually did in my own place, so that will always be important. And Dear John is the only one that I brought back. It's the first one that I'm bringing back because we're doing it again in June. So all of them hold a dear place in my heart. It's hard to pick just one because I love them all. They're my babies.
Okay, okay. And where do you pull that inspiration from to write? Because I know for a lot of not just songwriters, producers that do music, but for directors and producers that do film as well too. I know they get that block like, ooh, where do you find that inspiration from to say, okay, this is gonna be in this script. This is where I have to put this character. This
From life. Life throws you different things, so I just take different things from life, from experiences. I rarely write about my own life, or I haven't written about my own life, but you will see like bits and pieces of me or things that I've experienced through friends and family, thrown in there, and then just experiences of myself and experiences from others. So just life experiences. And I try to make
okay,
it real and realistic. So that's kind of where I come from when writing.
okay, okay. So we're going to go down the list here. Your company, which is an independent streaming company, produced several dramatic comedy series as well, too, including Church Hurt. And we know both of us growing up. I'm in South Carolina. You said you grew up in Mississippi. You know what that means when we talk about Church Hurt. So you want to elaborate and tell everyone a little bit about this project because
Yeah,
when I heard it and I've seen some of it, I'm just like, okay,
yeah.
this
So
is where he's going.
Church Hurt is a project we filmed. It's one of the, I think it was like the fourth show that came out on Trey Floyd TV. But it deals with the first family of a church and the highs and lows and the what they have to deal with being the first family, and then hidden secrets that can come back and bite you in the butt when you're trying to live this perfect life. So it's so much. I'm actually anticipating. I began kind of thinking about writing for season two because it's so much we can do with it because so many people experience church hurt. So I'm looking forward to writing on season two for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so that's something we can expect. And also, we I didn't even know this about you, but FYI, you've done some things with ballet and jazz. You want to tell everyone stuff about that as well, too?
Yes, so I did study dance. So I guess the first major stage that I actually was on, that's when I guess I was in front of the camera. I was dancing. So yeah, I actually founded a dance company back when I was in college. I was one of the founding members. I didn't found it. And I was in Mississippi the dance company, and then each summer I used to go and dance professionally. So yeah. Did a little dance. I trained in ballet, modern, and jazz. So yeah. So I used to be kind of quick on my feet. That's before I got a little heavy in my waist. So I don't dance too much no more.
Okay, okay. So, arts. What does art and creative mean to you? Because I know for me, when it comes to doing this platform, Style by Stevie, speaking and just having great conversation, for me, it means healing. It means clarity, which is why I wore white today, because it's just like, for me, it's like a new beginning. It's like transforming and building new connections and networking. So for you, where does that passion deep down inside mean for you when it
I
comes to
think art
creative?
just means creativity. It can be expressed in so many different ways. So for so many different people, art means so many different things. So I think it's just an outlet to express yourself and express your inner creativity and let it out to the world. And art really drives life. So yeah, it's an important aspect of our lives, and we don't realize how important it is actually, or how impactful art is to us.
10 cities, 25 shows. What do those numbers mean to you? And how do you find that balance with family? I know it's difficult being away from family on the road, traveling things, and then you have your studios. So how do you find that balance?
Um, it can be challenging. You really have. I'm a big planner. Most people know that I plan like far out in advance. Like I'm already planning 2023. But one is just planning, and then you really have to be intentional in your decisions and the things that you do. So there'll be moments when, okay, I haven't spent enough time with this aspect of my life, so let me pause for a moment and go and do this. So it really involves a lot of planning and really being intentional and knowing what is important to you and where your values lie.
Okay, okay. So while we're waiting on the audience to come in, we're going to do two games with Trey. I can't keep him, ladies and gentlemen. I know he is a very busy man, so we're just going to get right to it. The first one is called the Rapid Five, and then the next one is going to be called Turn the Tables. And this is where my guests get to ask me questions, uncensored and unfiltered. So I have no idea what Trey is going to ask me in the next one, but we're going to start off with the Rapid Five. What are five things that Trey can't live?
Five things I can't live without.
Yes.
Got it. Five things that I cannot live without. First and foremost is God, my relationship with God.
Mm.
That keeps me balanced, keeps me sane. Second would be family. They drive me insane, but keep me sane at the same time. Um, Thirdly would be art in all different aspects. So like between music, stage, film, just artistry as in drawing, just all forms of art. I got two more that I cannot live without. Oh, ooh, I think y'all three gonna get it. I think I can make it without just about everything else. I think. Oh, love, and with love, when I say love, I mean just like that encompasses friends, a good time, good energy, all of that. I think it's important to just have positivity around you. So I'm gonna wrap all of that up in love. So that's my 5-4. That's all I got on it.
Perfect. And and you're like me, you love to surround yourself with a great support circle.
Absolutely.
And it's always great to have family and friends support you. And before we get to the turn the tables, which I know you guys are waiting for, what did Mama say? Has Mama seen some of the work?
Mom has seen all my shows multiple times. She loves it. They're very proud. My mom and dad both are. So I'm grateful to have their support in all things that I do because I know that everyone does not get that. So I'm very grateful that they stand beside me.
Yes, and that's what it's about, having that solid support circle. And it's good to know that you're able to see them and stuff. Because it's been difficult with this pandemic going on, with having to see family members and things like that. Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, fashion dolls, it is time to turn those tables. My guests get to ask as many questions as they want to. So I'm going to pass it down to the man of the hour, Mr. Trey Floyd, and he's going to ask me some questions. I don't know what it's going to be about. It can be about my turn offs, what I like, what I don't like, passions, goals, dreams, whatever it is. All right, Trey, take it away.
All right. One, where does your courage come from?
I would have to say, more importantly, God and my mom, because my mom is a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, and we're the type of people we don't take no for it. You know, we're always persistent. We always never give up. We always do our best. And my mom, she's always encouraged me to do my best in everything that I do. So I would have to say, she's a strong woman who raised a strong.
And who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? I would definitely have to say my mom again. Then again, because I love my family and my grandmother. Because my grandmother always imparts wisdom. It's always good to go back to your elders, the ones who've experienced life before you, because they've been through this. They know the whole ballgame. So I always get it from my grandmother. If not my grandmother, then my mom. If not my mom, then my aunt or my cousin. I just love my family, and they've been so supportive throughout the whole entire process with me and this platform, my interviews, and they're always cheering me on. So I would have to say family. just as a collective.
And finally, if you could interview anyone from the past, who would it be?
Oh, anyone from the past. Wow. In music or film?
Wherever you want to, anybody.
I would have to say, and I'm gonna go all the way back. Oh God, I wish she was still here. I would have to say Nina Simone because this woman has been through so much. Just her voice, her activism, her courage. You talk about courage. She was a woman of courage and bravery. She fought for what she believed in, and she stood 10 toes down. She did it so unapologetically, so boundless. So I would have to say Nina Simone.
All right, that's all I got.
All right, fashion dolls. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to let Trey take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, where can people expect you in the future? And if you have any upcoming projects, where can they follow you? And my last question for you is before we conclude, what piece of advice would you give to young people who want to be the next Trey Floyd? Because when I announced that you was coming on the show on the platform, my brother K2, shout outs to him, the K2 spot on YouTube. He was like, oh my God, I know him. Everybody was like, we know him. We know his work. They're familiar with you. Like you're the next generation's Tyler Perry,
Oh,
if
thank
that
you.
makes
Oh, thank you.
yes. So what
Um,
advice would you give to the next generation? I'm sorry.
things that I have coming up, I'm bringing back Dear John. It's going to begin in June 4th. And thankfully, I'm super grateful that we just put it out there on the website. We hadn't even started advertising yet, and it's only like 32 tickets left. So super grateful for that. We'll probably turn it into a monthly show. And then in October, I am doing this project that I'm super excited for. It's called Atlanta Child Murders. It's about, if you're familiar, in 1970, between 1979 and 81, about 40 children in Atlanta went missing. And they never, someone went to jail for it, but even the families of it still don't believe that they ever found who actually was behind it. And so that has never been put on stage. And so we're doing it on stage, and I'm super excited about that project. That's going to be in October. Other than that, there's some rental shows that'll be coming to the theater. We do a monthly brunch at the theater that I'm super excited about. And if you're in Atlanta for Cinco de Mayo, we'll be having Cinco de Mayo at the theater. So super excited about all those things and just grateful to see what else is to come this year.
All right, fashion dolls. Are y'all ready? Any more questions, any more concerns before we conclude this amazing conversation with the man of the hour, the one, the only Mr. Trey Floyd himself?
You make me
What
you made me feel just so good about myself. Thank you so much, Lyle, for real. Yeah, appreciate it.
you are
Thank you
so
for having me
welcome.
too.
Yes, and when, like I said, when it was announced that you was coming on my platform, everybody went crazy. You know, they were viewing the stories over and over. They were viewing the flyer.
Oh
Like
wow.
I got a DM. Yes, I got that DM yesterday from my colleague, my friend, my brother, K2. He was just like, I know him. I know him. This is a big. This is a big interview. So I said, yes, yeah. Word went around crazy.
Funny. Well, thank you. Thank you again.
You are so welcome. Sylvia Camille says you are amazing.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Yes, everyone was coming in to support you. So how does it feel, before we go, how does it feel to know that you have all these people rooting, supporting your projects, and loving your work? How does it feel?
I'm very grateful. I come from humble beginnings, so I am grateful that I have embodied those or remain that way. I never, even though these quick 4 years, I didn't imagine it would be here. So I can't wait to see what the next 4 years hold. But I am just grateful that and following God wherever He may lead me on this journey.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to close it out with some amazing advice. It was such a pleasure having you here,
Thank
Trey.
you. It
And let
was a
everyone
pleasure
know
being
what
here and talking with you. Thank you so much again. And we'll do this again.
yeah, definitely again in the future. And you've
Absolutely.
got June. When you mentioned October, I said that's my birthday month.
Also, you need to
So
be there
yeah.
then. We'll make a
Mhm.
whole event.
All right, fashion dolls. So we are going to close it out with the final word of the day, which is whatever your passion. And like Trey said, humble beginnings. I'm going to use that word. Humble beginnings. Never forget where you came from and know where you're going to. Never lose sight of who you are. And more importantly, stay true to who you are. The reason why my audience and my followers, I call them my fashion dolls, have supported me and stuck with me because I've never changed. I've always stayed static. I might look different days, you know, on different episodes, but I've always stayed true to who I am because it's in the heart. And what's in the heart will always resonate with so many people. So that's why Style by Stevie is taking off the way it is. So love you all, fashion dolls. And Trey, any advice you would love to give to people who want to walk in your footsteps?
Go for it. Don't be afraid. Or it's okay to be afraid, but still go for it. Don't let that
Mm.
stop you from going for what it is you want to do.
And never let fear stop you. Liz, shout out to her, Liz Music. She asked this question when I did one of my interviews. She said, "We have the elements of Earth because we was just celebrating Earth Day. Um, my element would be fire because I think people should live life through fire, live and in color. Whatever your passion is, go for it. Let it burn inside of you and burn and go for it. And more importantly, chase that dream. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not good enough, you can't do this. Because we know it's been hard and difficult for a lot of Black film directors, producers in general. And that's all I got right there, fashion. So thank you so much, Trey, for just giving us a few minutes of your time. Again, I know you are a very busy man. I can't keep him, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for tuning in to this
Thank you.
interview right
Thank you again for having me. Looking forward to doing this again.
Yes, definitely again in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Floyd. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
You too.